What's going on, guys? This is Coach Selby with Stretch Expert, and I just got off the phone with a parent talking about why is it that their child does drugs, and they're an athlete, and they couldn't understand why would the child who was an athlete do drugs. Well, I've been investigating this for a while now, and so I'm gonna share some insights with you on why athletes do drugs. And there are two people that I would suggest. On Facebook, there's a guy in my friends list named Sandler. Yost, Yost, and then there's Dr. Love down in Florida. These guys are traditional acupuncturists. They could probably give you some more insight. But what I've discovered is that it's an imbalance in the organs. So when there's an imbalance in the organs, I'm going to smoke some weed because I need to relax because I'm so hyper, okay? Or I'm going to drink some alcohol because I've been concentrating so hard I just need to feel all over the place, okay? So there are 365 meridian points in the body. And when energy is not flowing through those meridian points, that means that the organs, which are the heart, spleen, lung, kidney, liver, the major organs, are not getting the necessary energy that they need in order to keep you well balanced. Okay? You have a spine. The spine has 24 vertebrae. The organs are affixed to the spine. Okay? When those organs are out, it's gonna you got a couple of things. It's called a visceral somatic, which is basically what's going on in the organs going to affect the muscles. What's going on in the muscles are going to affect the organs. So then that shifts the spine over, and that's why chiropractic is so useful, because it helps to shift the spine. But it doesn't help to totally address all the organs and the relationship between your mind and those organs. So let's just get to some of the keys that I thought would be interesting to share with you. You have 5 elements. You have earth, metal, water, wood, and fire. Okay? And those pretty much correspond to the heart, spleen, lung, kidney, liver. So what happens is they all each nurture and nourish each other in a little cycle. And when your body, or as an athlete, when those organs aren't functioning at optimum levels, you do something in order to stimulate them so that you can at least begin to feel like they are operating at optimal level. So let's go over weed. Weed is in the wood element, affects the gallbladder, liver. The emotion is anger, and it affects the eyes. That's why people get red eyes when they smoke weed. But the anger, it calms down the anger. Just like one puts oneself around a cloud of smoke, it calms the anger down. But what it does is it affects the liver and the gallbladder. Heroin is in the water element, but that's also aspirin and things like that. It affects the bladder and the kidneys. The emotion with that is fear, and it affects the ears. And so if you go to some certain acupuncturists, they will put needles in your ear in order to work with the bladder and the kidney. Then you have speed, or those speed drinks, those Mountain Dews, those 5-hour drinks, those kind of drinks like that. That's from the earth element, and it affects the stomach, or it's ruled by the stomach and the spleen. And that emotion is worry, and the other organ is in the other area is in the mouth. Quite interesting stuff. So then exercise is ruled by the metal element, and it affects the large intestines and lungs, and the emotion is sadness and skin. Okay, so the parent I was just talking to, we were dealing with the child exercises a lot. Okay, their large intestines is kind of congested up, even though they're exercising. And their lungs, they're not getting the full capacity of their lungs, so they're experiencing some sadness. Comes out through acne, through the skin, which is also the liver. So point being, you need to tune in to what's going on with your organs, because your organs dictate your reality. Your organs dictate your reality. So meditation deals with fire element, small intestines, and the heart, joy and shock, and the tongue. Okay? So what I just shared with you, gallbladder, liver, bladder, kidney, stomach, spleen, large intestines, lungs, small intestine, heart, all of these organs have a reality, and how you take care of them is going to dictate if you use drugs or not. So because this person has already used drugs, now we're saying take that drug experience and use what you've learned from it in order to take you onto a natural high. And that's what I'll talk about the next Why Athletes Do Drugs, part 2, because it's pretty in-depth and pretty deep, actually, but it's deep inside our bodies, okay? The spine, the organs, it supports the torso. Understand that your organs dictate what you will put in your body and how you respond. So if you take care of your organs and begin to understand that they dictate the reality that you are experiencing, you're going to be able to perform better, because you're not going to need any mind-altering experience. Okay? Last thing. The mind and the heart is the ruler of the body, which is directly related to the kidneys. Okay? So I got to go. Time is short. But when I come back, we'll talk about some other areas in this, and the remedy. There is a remedy and a solution on how to begin to shift from using drugs and alcohol into getting into a natural way of being that is a natural high. It can be done. It's Coach Selby checking out. Share with me why you think athletes do drugs. I'd love to hear what you have to say. Have a great day. Take care.